What's up, guys? It's the Wolf. Mad at it, back at it. Let's get going. Once again, hit that bell, like, subscribe. I thank you for each and every one of you guys checking out the videos. If this is your first time, remember, if you want to see all of the videos, make sure you go to youtube.com/JamesClovett. It's all one word. And there, scroll down and click the View More Videos or the Full Video List. Once you click that, you're going to see all the videos except for the ones that are in the private area, which is the Wolf Pack. All right? Now, let's get going. As always, if you see anybody using any of my materials, calling us sovereign citizens or anything else like that, report them for bullying and slander and defamation of character. Thank you in advance. All right, now, let's take a gander at this. So everybody always asks, what is the B.A.R? Well, the B.A.R stands for the British Accredited Registry. Yes, British. So why are you going into court if it's based off the B.A.R? But people are like, well, but it's the American B.A.R. Yeah, American, working as an association or as a franchise with the British Accredited Registry. And it's an association. All right. So by law, okay, by law, actual law, Supreme Court, Constitution, real lawyers, okay, are supposed to be licensed. Okay, they're all supposed to have a license. 9 times out of 10, your so-called judge, okay, or your honorable, whatever, is usually just a magistrate, an administrator to the trust or to the accounts. All right. So here's a tidbit. I'm not going to tell you what all you can do with this. I'm just going to present it as education and entertainment purposes from your favorite non-belligerent, peaceful nation, Badwolf Entertainment. All right. So here we are at the AmericanBar.org. Okay. So I don't know. Could you check to see if your lawyer, their lawyer, the magistrate, if they're truly licensed? Because if they're not licensed, or maybe they've lapsed, maybe they're no longer part of the B.A.R, I don't know. Can they then do what they're doing? Can they then go against you? Can they then represent you? Can they then judge over you? But anyway, I mean, I don't know. So I guess the whole thing here is that, once again, how does a British franchise have jurisdiction over you if you're an American? Well, and even though they're calling it the American B.A.R, but where do you get where's your jurisdiction coming from? So let's just back up for 1 second here. Let's go here. What does the B.A.R stand for? In law, the B.A.R is a legal profession. So it's okay. As an institution, the term is a metium for the parts of the courtroom reserved for spectators. So it's the B.A.R. Okay. So basically, where the line goes across and everybody sits behind it, it's behind the B.A.R. So what does the B.A.R stand for in regards to lawyers? In the United States, corporation, foreign, the lawyers, B.A.R stands for the British Accredited Registry and is part of a property grabbing conspiracy. Well, that's true too. All right. So let's see. And then, of course, there's lots of other variants of it for other things, but we're talking about in legal stuff. The use of the term B.A.R to mean the whole body of lawyers, the legal profession comes ultimately from the English custom. Okay. In the early 1600s, a railing divided the hall in the Inns of Court, with students occupying the body of the hall and the readers on the benchers of the side. We could go into the whole thing of what bench means. The bench typically means the bank, but we'll leave that alone right now. You've got a barrister, lawyer, solicitor. Anyway, so let's get back to, where are we? Here. Okay, so now that you know a little bit more about what's going on, okay, that it's the American version of the bar, which is a franchise, like we have McDonald's in other places, and they're like, you know, the Russian McDonald's and the whatever. Okay, same thing. But by ultimate law, any of these people who are practicing law have to have a license. That's why there's a thing called unauthorized practice of laws, because if you're considered to be inside of their little guild, okay, that's why they want to try to get you to say that you're practicing law, because then they want you to admit that you're inside their guild and you're not, so it's fraud. And then they can say, well, if you're trying to do that, that's illegal and you're not licensed to do that, because you have to be licensed. Okay, so each state has its own board where all the people who are licensed are supposed to be. So by going to the americanbar.org, we'll just take Texas here, click it. Now you can search for a lawyer and see all the information on them. Okay, their education, their certifications, if their language is spoken, fee options, their contact information, if they're part of the bar, which law firm, all the stuff, if they're in good standing. And this goes for your magistrates. Okay, usually a lot of times you'll have an honor or your honor, and they're really a magistrate, and they're basically just a lawyer. Okay, a lawyer who knows a lot of how the game is moving. Okay, they assume the title, and then so they're supposed to be licensed as well. Okay, if they're actually doing law. Okay, now so here's where you want to check them out. Okay, you can also find a lawyer if you need one, and let's see. Well, here they got like volunteers and pro bono for lawyers for the public. So typically, like we said before, all the low-level courts that you're going to deal with are essentially, though they say they're for the public, they are for the public, but they're really doing private matters. Okay, they're not judicial. Okay, they're not like the federal district court or Supreme Court. And so we kind of talk about that a little bit more in the private for people who, you know, done or will do or want to do consultations, which you can always go and get that done at Black Site 32. Once again, I do not provide legal advice. I don't do bonds. I don't do the 1099s. I don't get into your cases. It's just too much. I'd have to charge too much, and I can't do it. But I do provide you guys with the tools. So the rest of it is for you. So that's about it, guys. Not really a huge in-depth thing. This is just a tool to use to check out if to determine if a person is licensed to practice law and they're in good standing. Okay, so you can call these places, you can email, you can pull their information, because if they're not in good standing and if they're not licensed, that being the judge too, that means it's fraud. It means your case can go bye-bye. Somebody's going to have to recuse themselves. That's it for now, guys. Be good up there. Self-govern. Remember to give respect to, you know, our fellow fallen nationals out there who have been beguiled by the U.S. corporation. Now, remember, the U.S. corporation, they're here to make money. They're here for profit. Okay, so there's no disrespect to that, but you should know your rights and your freedoms. But they, much like the police, have no obligation to protect you and to give you your freedoms, because freedoms are in the private and in the public. Those are legal statutes, codes, regulations, and all of the whatnots. So That's it for now. I'll talk to you guys later. Bad Wolf's out. I got to go do some more bad things. I'll talk to you later.